Me and him met on house party.
So you weren't like friends before that?
Nah.
Now you just got a roll with this random brother like for the rest of your life.
He wasn't trying to give me the instrumental for it. I was like,
snap.
was holding it hostage for time.
I'm like, bro, why you trying to run my beat, bro?
Yeah. Let me just put this on TikTok without telling anyone.
What kind of pagan story
Yeah,
is
trust me,
this?
you got excited. We damn, bro. Why you uploading it on TikTok and you didn't tell, man?
This is the +44 podcast. I'm Zeze Millz.
Yeah, what's that about?
What was that all
And I'm
about?
Sideman. Music
Culture.
UK. This is +44 from Wondery. Hello YouTube, you are watching the +44 podcast highlights. If you want to listen to the full podcast, then go get it wherever you get your podcasts.
When would you say you guys came onto the scene? When would you say it all changed for you?
Well, straight away, we came off a hit.
Like 2 years ago.
And what song was that?
Latest trends.
And that was blowing up on TikTok and that as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Tell us how it even came about, making the song, any or all of that.
They've even got them beards that ain't really a beard. You know the ones where it's just like...
When they look in the mirror like this.
I got like 3 strands grey.
Like, yo, bro, I have more than that. I have to
Kinda
pluck my
mad.
Violate.
chin hairs out
Yo,
every other 2 weeks.
Not Zeze having more facial hair than...
That is grand though, bro.
It's he look,
I told you got one of them ones where it's like they believe but it's not really, you know what I mean? It's one of
Trust
them
me,
ones
that-
like
Okay, go on, tell
That
us how
is
it was.
good.
How did latest trends come about? Go on.
Ooh, so me and him met on house party.
what is happening?
So
In
mad.
lockdown.
Yeah.
In lockdown.
That's mad. So you weren't like friends before that?
Nah.
That's mad.
So
Met through-
crazy.
Now you
met-
just got a roll with this random brother like for the rest of your life.
Okay, so what type of room was it on house party?
It was one,
Now it was an open room, innit?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you join.
one of my brethren was in the room with him. They were
Right.
talking and I joined through that. I was trolling, making jokes, and then I found out he like raps on Instagram.
Right,
And
right,
I was doing the same thing on Instagram. And I was like, oh, I need to start trolling now. He's actually hard.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So
okay.
then me and him just kept speaking from there, and then I would FaceTime him, tell him, yo, what bars you got today?
Mhm.
I'll show him my bars, everything. And then
This
later,
is such a sweet story.
Nice,
I went
nice.
to studio one time and made latest trends. I wasn't even on it.
Oh really?
Yeah, I wasn't on it yet.
Wow, what is that what he's doing? Yeah, that's mad.
Because we're in a duo, yeah,
Taking
innit?
that song.
Yeah, we went to do a still.
Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
bro, I was like, this is a banger. I was like, give me the instrumental. He wasn't trying to give me the instrumental for it. I was like,
snap.
bro, please.
His face is like,
I was like,
Oh,
bro,
snap.
please give me the instrumental. I was holding it hostage for time. Like 3 days later, gave me the instrumental. I wrote a verse. I recorded it in my bedroom, and then I begged my mum for £20 to go to studio. That's our first ever studio
I
session.
love this story still.
First ever studio session.
That means you had an hour only.
Hour.
£20,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
literally.
yeah,
You ain't got that verse out.
Yeah.
But he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
over.
Yeah, you only got an hour still.
I went Stratford to record it. The engineer was so booky. The verse sounded terrible. Let me just put this on TikTok without telling anyone or
Yeah,
telling
bro
no
got
one.
excited.
Oh,
bro.
nah.
You got
Oh,
excited.
wow.
still.
What kind
You got
of
excited.
pagan
Yeah,
story
trust
is
me, you
this?
got excited. You see, when I saw him post it, I called his line. I was like, bro, we there. And then he was like, yo, trust me.
Bro, I was saying, trust
But I
me,
didn't
bro.
think anything of it. I was like, you
Yeah.
know what? Just
Yeah.
whatever, man. Just keep it there, man.
Yeah.
Not doing nothing, man.
It was dead. It was there. And like, I think I had like 100 views.
Yeah.
Then nothing. Then I just started getting my friends to do TikToks to it. They just started building up, picking up. And then before you knew it, I was like, I was just doing a mad thing.
I have to hear this entire story from your point of view.
God.
When he's asking you for the instrumental, what's going through your mind?
I'm like, bro, why you trying to run my beat, bro?
Yeah.
And when you see that the beat that you didn't want to give him, he's now recorded the verse to it and then put it on TikTok.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts then?
But I was like, this guy's mad. Like, I was like, yo, because it wasn't doing anything. I didn't think anything.
think,
so I
oh,
just,
Oh, you just thought, okay, yeah.
It's there, not
Let him
that.
throw it up
Yeah,
on his
yeah,
little
yeah.
dead TikTok and
Yeah.
Because you basically started getting all your mates to do the.
On house party, I knew a few like people that are they're going viral on TikTok. So I was just begging them, yo, please use this sound on TikTok. Please. Then before you know it, everyone was just using it.
So once it got big now, because it started doing crazy numbers
Yeah,
on
yeah,
TikTok, how did you feel about that?
I can't lie, I was like, rough. Like, I was a bit taken back because it's like, if I told him to delete it, yeah.
Then it would have been something,
Yeah.
You might not be sitting here.
Yeah, trust.
Yeah, it wouldn't be.
So what's the dynamic of you two's like duo? Is there one that is a bit more in charge, kind of? Because obviously me and David, I'm in charge.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like I call the shots.
No, it's, I wouldn't,
He just follows behind. So which one follows behind?
I wouldn't say anyone does.
So I'm
you know?
joking.
I would've said-
I'm not joking. I'm just doing it for one update.
I think the older person should be in charge. I think
It's
that's how it should be.
It's just, are you talking about like in a song or you're talking about in general?
No.
Like
What's the dynamic between you two?
together,
Working together.
Yeah.
No,
How do you guys work together?
You just both flow with each other, like just bounce off each
That's
other.
my guy, man.
Yeah, literally.
But he had to become your guy because you two really didn't know each other like that before. And I think that's mad.
But lockdown brought us closer because
Because everyone's at home, innit?
Everyone's
So
at home
speaking every
speaking
single
every
day for
single
like a
day.
year.
Yeah, brazy.
Did that affect any other friendships?
Nah,
Nah,
bro.
nah.
He knows all my friends.
Yeah.
Like, we just
Why is he making it sound like you ain't got no friends?
I got
He's like,
friends.
yeah, because you jumped into his room and I was like, oh yeah, he knows all my friends. Like, how about your friends?
I got friends. I got friends.
So you guys, what's happening with like education? You guys in college?
I just heard them say Bon Education. They didn't say it out loud, but I heard them say it.
What, the guys want truth or lie, bro?
I want the truth.
Can't lie, I dropped out first year, man.
Of college?
And is that after the song?
Latest trends, I was in year 11.
Dear God.
You did the GCSEs.
When I started getting bigger, I was in year 11. So I was still going to school.
When I started getting bigger, I was
mad.
in year 11.
What was that like?
I was always that guy.
He was always
So
like,
like,
you can tell.
was
So
with
it
that
weren't
guy
much
at
of a
school.
change. It's just like,
Yeah.
how much more
But
gas
just-
can I get?
it's just-
Like, it's just like,
You know, it was the teachers, yeah.
Really?
oh really?
Yeah,
Started being nice to man and that.
Yeah.
Well, giving you like good grades and stuff, and you didn't.
Not even good grades, just the way they talk to man now.
He used to call me on FaceTime in school, bro.
Yeah,
That's how
like,
do it.
I was allowed
yeah.
to do certain stuff that other kids weren't. innit?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
the cheeky one. You're the
That's
one who's the
absolutely.
cheeky one.
Imagine being that big in year 11. I
I
can't
know,
even
that's
fathom it.
mad.
So did
So
you go college?
Yeah, I went college, and then I was like, this thing is long, bro. I was like, rah, this is long.
What was you studying?
Health and social care. But
Okay.
I got forced by my mum.
I was about to say, you get big, would then go to college and
Trust me,
do
I
health and social care.
My mum forced me, bro.
So would you go back if there was something else that you was
Do you know
more
what you
interested
see?
in?
Everyone's finishing college now. I'm like, yo, I should have read it out, man.
You should have just finished it, innit?
Yeah.
Why do
Yeah.
you think that's because of the social aspect or the educational aspect?
Both, man.
But you still can always go back.
Yeah, but it's not-
like-
Yeah, but
like-
it's not the same.
but
Now
it's
you're
not
gonna
the
go back
same.
with a beard and
Like,
that.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
man.
back as A1 and
Yeah,
everyone's like, why are you in school?
Why are you in
for?
school?
Yes.
See, no, you can't because you know what? Yeah, in general, in this.
Don't tell me you're planning to go back, Zeze.
No, at one point I was
They'll
thinking
think you're
because
a
I dropped
teacher.
out of uni.
Yeah, yeah.
I went to uni and then I dropped out of uni. And as I've got older, I probably wouldn't go back. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that this industry is very fleeting. Even with
Facts.
myself, like I'm always ready for when maybe no one will care. Do you know what I mean? So you have to have something that you're also passionate about. Do you get what I mean? Like
Duffel.
whether behind the scenes or do you get what I'm saying? So
Duffel.
do you see yourself, because you guys are still young, like you're 17, even though David doesn't like to admit it, but he always wants to call us fossils, but technically we are still young.
Don't
That's
group
the-
our
I'm-
ages
you're
together.
both
But also,
No, I'm
all jokes
31,
aside, all
she's
jokes aside, all
33.
jokes aside, I'm not old.
You are a hieroglyphic.
All jokes aside now.
Well, okay, what's
Because
old- what's
I-
OT?
Exactly.
What's OT,
Because I
man?
have to, if life
Yeah.
expectancy is 85, I haven't even reached half of my life
Yeah,
expectancy. So technically,
I'll say
I'm
like
not,
60s old.
right?
60.
And my mum is 61. I don't look at her and be like, "Oh my god, you're so old." Like, but I'm 33. He's 31. My whole point is, if I wanted to do this till I retire,
Yeah.
that's another 25 years. Would I want to do this for the next 25 years? So, as a 17-year-old, what does that
Long
feel
time.
like? The thing is, even though he's a long time, it will go quick because I remember when I was
Yeah,
17.
that's still-
Even I saw a post the other day and it was like 1992 was 30 years ago, and I'm like, what?
They don't
That
know
is so
nothing about
mad.
1990.
So when was
They
you born?
hold on.
I'm
They don't know about.
1989.
They don't know about the 1900s.
1989.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I sound old.
they-
But my whole point is that what you
1989?
want to do for it, like from
For the rest
17 to
to-
the age to my age 33?
Till 33. Nah, man. Nah,
Wait, I don't know.
By the
Long
time
time.
I'm 30, man, I think
You have a beard.
I'm gonna probably ditch the music to
But that's what I'm
focus
saying. That's
on
why you
religion.
need to go back to college, because you think, oh my god, that's such a long time away.
Yeah, 30's mad though, man. They're rapping and that about.
You know how many rappers are over
right.
30?
There's bears.
Yeah, but man, I started at 15 and nah, that's long, bro.
Bro, let me explain something to you right now. Now you got me on ZZ's side. Trust me, 30's down the road.
Yeah, no,
You're going to be behind the
I'm-
mic
I'm 20 this
saying
year.
the same
Man.
things you're saying
No,
now. at
30's
30.
actually, bro.
You got time. You got enough time to figure it out. As in,
Yeah.
because if I started, I'm kind of happy that my career kind of took off in my late 20s, early 30s, because I feel like I'll have longer hair, longer time doing it. And when I'm ready to retire, instead of maybe thinking like you, when you get to 21, 20, 25, you might be like, what do I want to do now? Who else would you like to kind of collab with?
Mans.
Why nines?
That's my goal, man.
I see a lot of young people coming up trying to do music and their content, especially when they come from urban areas, a lot of hood, ghetto, violent, lyrical content. But you guys seem to be more show an emphasis on the fun, on the happier side of things. Where does that come from?
How I live my life, literally. I grew up in Essex and then I moved to Kent. So it wasn't really like around the hood and that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just rap about what happens in my day-to-day life.
What about you?
Yeah, man. What you said, man.
Do you know what though? It's refreshing to hear that, because even though a lot of people rapping are not necessarily in that environment, if that makes sense, they just know that it sells and they know that's what's gonna, get them far. What's the love life like?
Love life?
Yeah, what's it like?
He's drowning.
I'm trying to be like
I don't
pleasant.
do love, you know, man.
Oh God, he's one
What'd
of
you
them.
say?
He said, I don't
do
love, you know.
You don't do love.
No.
Why? You're 17. Who
Yeah,
broke
man,
your
that's
heart?
why.
Who broke your heart already?
Because I'm so young, it's like, no one's like serious, man. There's no point being serious. You might as well just have
Like, you can
fun,
find a serious one
No,
though.
not at 17. I agree. Have fun.
Zeze's done everything late and she's having
Have
fun now.
fun till you're about, I want to say 27.
You're trying to get these kids'
Nah, that's
soul
too
ripped
long.
out
No,
their
no,
body.
no.
Like, are you alright, bro?
27. I'm trying to have kids
No,
at
no,
like
no.
24, man.
No,
I'm
but
trying to get married and have kids.
Zeze, he might.
That's not gonna happen.
Zeze,
I'm trying to find the love of my life. like,
Zeze, why are you cursing these kids with your experience? Like-
I'm saying at 17, you do not need, and 20, 21, 20.
but I miss
at
my
17 and 20,
I
he
miss
misses his
my
ex. Go, do you want to do a shout out to the ex now?
No,
You might
no,
be able to
no.
get her back.
I don't.
What did you
Listen,
do wrong?
I channel that.
Do you know what it is?
Wait,
how Drake got to where
what
he
did you do
See, I was
wrong?
talking about having fun. I just thought like I just shouldn't treat her the way she should have been treated, innit?
So did you cheat on her?
No, I wasn't cheating because
But you was being inappropriate.
no, just that I wasn't like
Giving her the attention.
I wasn't the
that's
attention.
I would have bought you flowers.
That's why you're too young. You and also the
No, but now
access-
I'm getting older. I'm understanding.
No,
I
you're
promise you.
not older.
Brother, relax.
Bro,
Listen,
I'm 20 this year.
I'm
Relax,
telling you,
I literally have socks older than you. Like, relax.
take advice from Auntie Zeze, okay? Do not settle down until you're both about, I would say, 27.
Zeze,
27 is old,
No,
man.
Stop
it's
telling these
not.
kids that, man.
A normal guy with not the access that you have to money, to girls, to life experience, I would not recommend them to settle down because they have to get certain things out of your system. Don't listen to David. He's, those guys that just had bare female friends. They just friend zoned forever and ever. Amen. He had nothing to worry about in life, okay? You'll just end up breaking girls' hearts because you're not going to be mature enough to deal with it. You're going to have too many girls throwing at themselves. You're a man. You're not going to be able to control yourself.
Wow, I got self-control.
No,
No, you
That's what's
don't.
mad.
hold on. Let me talk to you men to men because Zeze doesn't know what she's talking. She's talking from the position of somebody that's never been claimed.
Woman,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, a woman dealing with men that are 25, when I was 20, you're not ready.
Everything that these guys are going to do is going to be hyper sped up. They've been popping since they was in college.
Doesn't matter.
If they continue to live how they're living till 27, their body count is going to be in the thousands.
What rappers do you know at 30 that are even settled
let you
down?
talk-
They're
and-
still all struggling and they were all in it from young.
And that's because they have not been properly guided. I'm saying to you that a lot of these men that she's talking about, they are lost. You're going to keep having empty experiences, getting up, drying yourself off, and then going home saying, why did I even do that?
I'm not talking about sex. I'm just talking about, you don't even know who you are. I'm not saying don't have serious relations, but I'm saying I don't think that it makes sense for any guy under the age of 27 to settle down.
Beautiful. What Zeze's talking about ain't got nothing to do with
Trust.
you lot, right? She's been through a lot,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
and
I
we have to
understand.
pray for her at all times.
I don't like no broke girls.
Okay, so how much money are we talking about?
You can pay for the date when we go out.
No, that's crazy.
You don't let her pay, but she can pay.
Yeah, like.
All right.
What do
okay,
you let her
cool.
pay?
Nah.
I've let a girl
I'm
pay
a
before.
gentleman, man.
Since she had money?
Yeah.
Okay, what's it
But
like?
she offered.
And you
She's
accepted.
smart. No, and I bet you liked her for a while, didn't you?
Can't
Kept her
lie, man,
around
but
for a
we need
little
to
while.
normalize
I
like
don't
girls
know,
paying
man.
on dates, man.
We need to normalize that. Why?
The date's finished and then I have to whip out my Apple Pay. Like, why can't you whip out yours?
What do you think about that?
On the
G?
first date.
First date, that's
like,
nuts.
yeah, no.
If you like me, from the first
No.
date and you're willing to go on the second, pay
You'll
for
pay.
the second.
I would pretend to want to pay on the third.
The girls do
You don't
this.
pretend,
They
I'll put you on pressure, bro.
No, but
You pay them.
the way I would even ask you, it will blow your mind, so you wouldn't even know that what's happened. I will say the way to get around it, ladies. I mean, bust you on game right now. Yeah. If you ever want to act act or pretend like you're one of those girls that, you know, you're not here for a free ride and you're not here to take the man's money. You know, you've got your own P. When he goes to pay, third date in, the guys are probably going to be looking at you like, rah, she'll leave it off. This is the type of girl I'm dealing with, rah. Don't pretend to reach for your card. You look at them dead in the eye and you say, do you need help with that? Now, any man is never going to allow you to help them. Especially the word, do you need help with that?
Need as well. Do you need help with
that?
That is mad.
Do you need? And do you know what? It's not our fault that they're not man enough to accept help. If you don't want to address your ego, and if you don't want to come out of your ego by saying, yeah, if you want... Fine.
Yeah, but if we do that, you'll be spun as well.
Now, what she said is fire.
You'll be spun.
No, but this is what I'm saying. It's a sick idea, but I can't imagine when and where you thought about that.
That's nuts.
I just imagine you in a dark room just rocking backward and forth like, how can I get him to pay? Like, where did you think about that? What's you guys' attitude towards fashion? I see you've come in like very drippy and whatnot, yeah? What's your attitude towards fashion?
This year I'm changing.
Can't like man trying to change the way I dress.
Really? You're gonna like suits and stuff or like cargo trousers?
Like, yeah, bro. You see, man, like man's a tracksuit type of youth, man. But I'm gonna switch up to the baggy thing, fam.
What do you think of David? What David's wearing?
It suits him.
You're a Jura.
Nah, you're a Jura. Because why is it a draw to comment on what I'm wearing?
No. Like, you get used to it, so it suits him.
I think I look like a fancy prisoner.
Nah, trust.
If I wore that, you probably look at me a bit different.
So you say it suits me because of my age?
No, it suits you because of you.
You are.
You are. It just suits you.
I don't know which one of them insulted me more.
What he's trying to say is we wouldn't expect you to dress drippy.
Yeah.
I'm not the girl that would wear bodycon. Like if people...
What is bodycon?
Like tight dresses and stuff like
but
that.
That wouldn't really...
That's what I mean. I'm not the thing. What?
Huh?
What are you saying?
No, I was
what, that I'm slim? Thank you, David. I'm slim and I don't really have much of a bum, but you were still really trying to bend me over for the last 2 years, haven't you? And nothing has happened. So the slim bum and nothing's there. Imagine trying to get with a girl that has no bum and still no success. Imagine how weak and whack your game has to be. Imagine how...
So we're saying wait.
Imagine how undesirable you have to be to still... And what did you think was going to happen when you decided to come on this pod and call me this?
I was using my hands
as what?
While I was talking.
No,
that's all that happened.
I was easy, so you don't think bro's handsome?
I don't like you.
No, like, you got that serious.
I don't like. That's why he's not even looking at me.
No, like all jokes aside,
I know who you was in school now. Like there's a couple people you made cry. There's a couple people in your school that you made cry.
You know when you think it's gonna be serious, like, yo, miss, I've got a question.
Yeah.
Oh, Francesca, you gonna let her talk to you like that? That was it. Yeah. If you're like a roadman, you could get into agriculture because it's basically the same thing.
Damn, you guys call it roadman.
So what do you call drug dealers?
Shotters.
Yeah, the man them.
Shotters is more older than roadman.
No, it's not.
You know, you have a mad song that goes viral, everyone, and then there's a pressure.
Wait, 15, 17 when it first came out.
Jesus
so it's like
Christ.
One hit wonder. Just had to just do it again, like prove ourselves.
I swear to you, I was going to say, you from Nigeria?
How do you think that?
It's just the mindset. It's just it's like go get our hustle kind of thing. Like this is going to work no matter what kind of vibe. So before we go, make sure you check out all the new releases this week across the +44 playlist on Amazon Music. You can download the Amazon Music app or just ask Alexa.
As well as the main +44 playlist, we also have the R&B playlist, the rap playlist, and the Afro playlist. This month on +44, we are celebrating independent artists. So if you need tips on how to break through the music industry, make sure you are following at +44 UK on Instagram. You have been listening to the +44 podcast from Amazon Music with me, Sideman.
And me, Zeze Millz.
Listen to the +44 podcast wherever you get your podcasts or listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music.